Okay, class. So, today we're going to be learning about world regions around the world. Since there are only two of you, I'm going to have you two do each individual regions, two different regions, either Middle East or Europe, and I will talk about North America and Asia. Actually, no, I'm going to do Asia and Africa. So, I will hand you that. I will give it to you. You can pick it random from the hat, and then you have a minute or two to research, and then you will give your quick synopsis over what you think the most important parts of each region were, and then I will give a quick talk over Asia and Africa. So, with no further ado, pick your card. Okay, so now I'm going to give you about a minute to research. So take your time. Go. Y'all done? Okay, so we'll start with Europe. Go ahead.
Okay, so Europe was important as a geographical region in the last 1,000 years because it's where colonization started and spread across the world, and it's where things like the Crusades, which would correspond with his in the Middle East, to where they started. They moved from Europe to the Middle East, so like things like that made it important.
And Middle East.
Well, the Middle East is a geographical region that has been of great importance in history since ancient times. Strategically located, it is a natural land bridge connecting the continents of Asia, Africa, and Europe. It is also known as the home of three major world religions, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And in recent times, its enormous deposits of oil have made the Middle East more important than ever.
Okay, that's pretty good. The most important things about each one being probably most likely the religious aspects and the idea and how they spread across the world, and with Europe particularly colonization and the Crusades. But probably the most important part about the Middle East would be its religious, like where it's the hotbed for where all religions started, pretty much. It's a hotbed of where all civilization started. That's the most important things to take away from those two regions. So now I'm going to speak quickly about Asia, and both China, Southeast Asia, and India. All three are major players in world history. Mostly China and India, the two most important. India's civilization has been around since the early river civilizations, so around 2000 BC. Starting with the Indus River Valley civilizations, we don't know much about what happened to them. Mostly that they disappeared, most likely due to a flood. And as time went on, we could see the move of Aryan descent, or what I don't know the term for it, but they came from Neo-Europeans. They came from the Afro-Eurasia area and moved in, and that's what we call the start. It's the start of the Hindu religion in India. Also in India, we would see the rise of Buddhism, which would play a major role in religion, or be a major religion in Southeast Asia and China for the past 2,000 years. Buddhism was focused mostly on reaching nirvana and was all about coming to peace with oneself. In China, we can see throughout all of China's history, it has been a major player in terms of all trade in the region, and has created many technologies and many ideologies that are spread across the world today. Gunpowder being one of the many most important of those inventions, along with block printing. These ideologies and goods moved across from Asia to the Middle East to Europe through the Silk Road, which connected to Europe after the Crusades. and has played a major role in world affairs till today as well. Now I'm going to speak a little bit about Africa and its major role it's played in world politics and world history. One of the most important being it's also been a major spot for religion and conflicts throughout all of history, particularly Egypt, which has been a major spot for the Greeks and the Romans, both of which played major roles in Egyptian history, all the way up until the fall of the Western Roman Empire, and then the Eastern Roman Empire in 1453. And as time goes on, we see Africa becomes more. Africa was very strong up until about the 1800s. Many strong empires, such as the Mali, with gold and many very profitable resources in the area. And today we still see those resources being exploited by European colonization and North American colonization. Africa has also been a hotbed for slave trade, even with Muslim or Islam moving into the region. We can see as time goes on that slave trade dies down a lot, especially during the 1800s and 1900s, and eventually dies out. Not dies out, it still exists today, but it's not legal. And up until today, we still see Africa being exploited along with the Middle East for its natural resources such as oil and food. Thank you. Press the